Hello and welcome to another free code session. My name is Jason Bach and I'm in a much better mood than I was yesterday. Not that I was in a bad mood yesterday. I was just very tense. I was very anxious, very concerned about our vote here in Shakopee for the operating levy for our school district. And I'm happy to report that both questions passed with a yes. So here are the results from last night, and it's pretty overwhelming. It's 2-1 on both questions. There's very little variance between the two. And it's like a weight lifted off, and it's like the tension is released. And I actually feel in some ways tired today in a good way. Just because, you know, my wife and I were thinking, what are we going to do if it doesn't pass? You know, what does that mean for our district? And I kind of had the mentality of, it wouldn't have been good. So to see the results happen, my wife and I went to a bar last night where they had a lot of other teachers and community members that had volunteer time to do cold calls, door knocking, social media, and anything and everything to get the voice out, to get the word out. And it was good to see people cheering and high-fiving and showing the happiness of the hard work paying off. So yeah, I'm in a much better mood today. So, you know, I just got to say, I am tired though. I got the feeling that tonight I'm going to crash pretty hard. And if I think about it, I was up late just because, you know, you have to kind of wind down, and I don't think I got to bed till probably like 11 or 11:30, and then I get up early. So that's probably it too. So I got that going on. I wanted to do this video too because I got inspired by something, which I'm going to talk about in a moment. But I don't know if I'm going to be doing anything over the next day or two, even if I get inspired, especially not after tomorrow afternoon. I may have mentioned this in a previous stream, but on Friday, I get to do this wonderful procedure that when you turn 50, you're gifted with to say from your doctor, you should go do this. You're like, well, okay. It's a colonoscopy, you know, it is what it is. And my wife's done one. I've had friends and other people that I know that have had it done, and they said the prep is worse than the procedure. You know, I've already gotten everything, and I'm just waiting to sit there and go, okay, let's do this. And I'm probably not going to have the same humor around like 4:30 tomorrow when I have to start taking certain medicines to, how you say, make sure that you're all ready for the procedure. So I don't know how I'm going to react, you know, if I'm going to get nauseous or if I'm going to feel very, you know, just sick in terms of not eating as much. You know, tomorrow's an all liquid diet. I can't eat anything. So I'm probably going to get pretty crabby, although it did say you can drink coffee. And I can drink coffee or liquids up to about 4 hours before the procedure. So I'm going to try to get up early Friday to get that sweet dose of caffeine before, you know, I have to go. And then I go at noon, 12:30. My wife's got to take me and bring me back. And, you know, well, hopefully nothing's found and it's all good. But yeah, the prep is going to be fun. So without further ado, let's get into what I got inspired about. So I was playing with, in the last episode, DispatchProxy, and as we found out, it didn't work the way I was hoping to because of some limitations. One of them is that the first generic parameter has to be an interface. And that got me thinking as I started to mull over in my head over these exceptions here, is if T is a class, or tproxy is sealed, or tproxy does not have a parameterless constructor, you get an argument exception. And I did a quick console app here to reflect that. And yes, that is true. That, you know, I was commenting and uncommenting things, and those do happen. The problem is with all three. Oh, we got a siren going off. It's the first, was it the first Wednesday at 1 p.m. in Shakopee of every month they test the sirens. So I don't know if you can barely hear that in the background or not. Or I don't know, but it's there. It's there. Anyway, so The first two you can't do with constraints. Like you can constrain a generic to be of a class or struct, but you can't be, to be specific to say it has to be an interface. You also can't check with constraints to say that it can be sealed or not sealed. And then you can check for a parameterless constructor. And this is actually something I've reached out to the Microsoft team and said, was this just an oversight, or is there something I don't understand about the new? Like if I come over to here, like you can say, I think I did it when I was playing with an example. Here, constraints. Yeah, you can say new. So you whatever T is has to have this parameterless constructor. So why wasn't that done with create here? I don't know, but I saw this as an opportunity to write analyzers. We can't write code fixes for these. Just think about it. If somebody passed in a class to T as the first generic parameter, how are you going to fix that? What happens if they don't own the code? Or are you just going to suddenly change it to an interface? That can have big ramifications. But what we can do is tell people at compile time or in an IDE, as soon as they type it, no, this isn't going to work. You want to change this. So, or fix it. Okay. So that's what I thought I would do, is write some analyzers for this. And I'll do it for the first two. I'll probably do it for the third one as well. And we'll just see how far I get with this episode. And maybe I'll do a couple others. The thing too is I love using symbols and semantic models to do comparisons on members and types and things like that. The problem is, as I talked about yesterday, DispatchProxy is not, it can be referenced and it can be .NET Standard and everything works fine that way. I'm just trying to debate in my head, do I want to go through the distribution process? Now, this is an analyzer package. It's not necessarily a source generator, but I think it'd be the same thing, is in that if you're actually referencing something, you have to do some special packaging stuff with it. I'm not sure. So that might be something I play with as well. We'll see. Keep drinking a lot of coffee. I'm definitely needing the coffee. I'm definitely tired. So we're going to go into Transpire, and it's probably in my recent project and solutions here somewhere. Yes, it is. Good. Did I mention I upgraded to Windows 11? I don't know if I did that, but I did. If you look at my icons in the lower left, because that was the first thing I did, is shift them over left, because that's the way nature intended, is to, make sure that this, was installed and everything worked and blah, blah, blah. So point is, yeah, I'm now in Windows 11. I've only run into one glitch, which is the snip. If you do Windows Shift S, it just doesn't work, but it's a problem that a lot of people have reported. So apparently it's going to get fixed fairly soon. Okay. I had to take a quick break there. So I don't remember where I left off, but we're back in Transpire. Okay. So I'll start building this analyzer, or 2 or 3 or whatever we're going to do here. Where we want to go. We want to say, I have the thing here. So this is going to be 12. 12. So let's make a new branch. 12 dispatch proxy analyzers. Wait, did I just say cancel? I think I did. I meant to do R. Yeah, I did cancel. Okay. 12 dispatch proxy analyzers. R. There we go. Okay. So we're checking it out. What's the first thing we're going to do? We want an analyzer. Do we want an analyzer for each diagnostic? These all kind of fall under the same, like we can have multiple diagnostics, but one analyzer. I think that's probably the right one. Verify dispatch proxy. We're on the tests. We can't write tests just yet. Unless you're test-driven development, you got to write your tests first, which isn't necessarily wrong, but Okay, did you? Yes, you did. So we want to call this verify dispatch proxy generic parameters analyzer. as good a name as any. So we'll change that here. We're going to need we're actually going to need multiple descriptors. Okay. So we could do an operation action because you'd be calling create. So that's not a bad idea. And we want to be invocating it. So it won't be an object creation. It will be an invocation, which we actually now in retrospective probably should have picked that, but that's okay. Okay. So we have our descriptors, and we just have that there. That's fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're going to start at 7. And we're going to want, see, this is where I just changed the name there because I didn't want to keep it that way. I've been keeping the name of the descriptor class the same as the analyzer class. And that's not what I want to do here, because otherwise I'm going to get these huge descriptor names, and that's not what I'm looking for. So we could call this verify dispatch proxy T is interface, because it has to be an interface. Yes. Okay. And that's as good a name as any. Let's change all these here to, I said H. No. What? To that. Okay. So this is 7. We want to say here T must be an interface. Okay, so what do we want to have as a title here? Sorry, I'm blanking on the title here. Blah. Dispatch proxy dot create correct usage of dispatch proxy create. T must be an interface. Hey, sure, whatever. I think that makes sense. Now the problem is if I follow this pattern, I'm going to have 2 for the second parameter, and I can't use the same title for both of them because I think they have to have different titles because of the help. Well, no, they don't. They could. The title here, I think it's just a title. I don't think we're actually doing anything like massive with it. Okay. That might be fine. So we got that. We're going to make another one. Verify dispatch proxy T proxy is not sealed. Descriptor. There we go. So this will be 8. And then what do we say? T proxy must not be sealed. Wait. What? What? Why are... Sometimes I feel like I'm not like looking at the right thing. I don't know. This is not... That's what it should be. And then I said here, change them all to that. Okay. And then correct usage of T proxy parameter for dispatch proxy. Yes, keep all that. Let's now make the last one. Or T proxy has parameter constructor. Very wordy. Feels very Java-ish. But, you know. And this should be 9. TProxy must have a parameterless constructor. Okay. Got all those. Let's come down here. And now we're going to have, yes, support diagnostics. So we're going to have a T rule, which T is interface rule. It's going to be that. We're going to have a TProxy is not sealed rule, and that is going to be that. And then we're going to have one more. TProxy has, we'll just say has CTOR rule, because I'm tired and I don't want to type as much. Okay, and then we're going to come down here and we're going to say you're going to create, but you're not going to just pass in 1. Oh no. You're going to pass in more than that. Well, I guess you can do that. So you're going to have that. T is interface. We got this, that, that. This is going to be TProxy sealed rule and TProxy CTOR. Okay, so we got those. And we don't need to get the datetime kind symbol and all that other good stuff. Blah, blah, blah. I really would want to compare against come on. Load your suggestion. Yeah, install pack. You know what? We'll make this work. So this is dispatch proxy symbol. If it's null, we're going to return. We don't need that. Okay. And then we're going to want, in this, it's going to be that, except we're going to pass in now I could pass in the symbol. I could also pass in the specific member. You know, I could say here var create symbol is equal to dispatch proxy symbol, and that's get member. I wish it had like a method. I wish it had like, because there's no way to get a specific thing. You have to say get members. And then we could say here name of dispatch proxy dot create, because there's only one of these. Okay. And that should be the name, right? Never returns null. Yeah. So we can also say here, we should get the 0th. If we don't, there's a big problem here, because we did not get what we wanted. So we want to pass in the create symbol here. Okay. And so we're going to have AI method symbol. Now this though doesn't, this is just a, yeah, this should be an AI method symbol. Okay. And we don't want object creation, we want an invocation. There. It's just that simple. It's just that simple, right? But now we got some more work to do. So I'm going to get rid of all this. We're going to come back over here. And I think when I do like, where is that one? Find new GUID via constructor delegate. I thought I had one in here that did an invocation. No, that's the descriptor. I don't want the descriptor. I want the analyzer. And so it is an invocation. And so you can get off of the thing here, you can get the invocation operation. Okay. So now we can say all we care about is basically this. Nope, not there. If, and we'll do that. The symbol equality convert, you know, the thing I just said that I mumbled through. If that is equal to that, okay, and what are you barking about? Determines if member object equals cannot be accessed with an instance. What? Qualify with a type name instead. That doesn't make any sense. Because this is just, no, not that. This is just symbol equality comparator. That's what symbol equality. What am I missing here? That doesn't make any sense. Oh, is it because they're not the same thing? I think you need to have here. There we go. There we go. Okay. Yeah, I was being stupid. That's my fault. So we get the target method here. If those are equal, now we can do at least one check. We can say, let's actually get the target method. And we'll call that from this target method. And so we'll just say target method here. Okay. So if that's true, now we want to look at what we want to do here. Target method. We want to look, well, the arity is the number type. Yeah, we know it takes 2. Type arguments. Yeah, we don't want the type parameters. We know that, you know, the first and the second, I'm just going to assume, which is probably a bad idea, but, so we want to look at type arguments. Let's look at, var t type is equal to type arguments of 0. Okay. If t type is interface, oh boy. I thought there was a way to say, is this just a type symbol? If it was a named type symbol, that's namespace, then I think you could do that. But I think just off of a type symbol, you can't. Well, you can say kind here. No, we can't. We can say it's, that's disappointing. Wow, I almost thought that was just a name type. What was if we just said, you know what, I named type symbol. Okay, now what can we say here is inner? Okay, you can't. Well, that's disconcerting. I thought this would be a lot easier than just, you know, what I'm doing, which is to say, you know, there's going to be an is sealed. That's going to make the other one easier, but is virtual. Well, how would you know if it's virtual if it's an interface? That doesn't make any sense. And kind didn't help at all. Right? I mean, if I did kind here, what's this does? No, that's not what we want. Type kind? Yay, okay. I knew there was some way to do this, and I was just missing it. So if it is not a type kind of type interface, now we can go and say, you messed up, okay? So we can do that. We can do that and say, we want the interface rule that way. And we don't have properties. That's it. That should be it. Except for one more parenthesis. Okay, so this should all work. But I want to write a test, but I'm nearing the ending of my time anyway. So I'm going to just take a little quick break, and then I will start up another episode, and I will continue working on these things. I'm going to start with writing a test for this and see if that works, and then do the other ones, write a test for those, and then put them in the scenarios project and see if that works. And then we'll package it and see if we can use it off in NuGet. There's one other thing I forgot is that with all of the docs here is I got to start getting the docs in for all of the descriptors and not to forget them, because that would be a bad thing. So I'll also have to add those. Anyway, next episode or episodes. Thank you all for watching. Leave comments and questions below. See you in the next episode.